The festival is nigh!
Go. Ginger, center square.
4 friendly NPCs.
I will go with BBK. Spirit Ash Summon +4 is the center
There was
square.
a 4 in there.
So that's a very interesting one because you can synergize it with a lot of different things. You can synergize it with Catacombs, which is on that same row 3.
Yep.
Also, if we saw like Cemetery Shades, I don't think we see it, but you can do it with Loretta. You can get the 1s and 2s behind Loretta. You're going to have a lot of different options here. In terms of the other early rush squares, we have a Gil +0. I know that's Nartock's favorite square. In the bottom row, middle column, we also have 2 caves and grottos. Bottom left corner, 4 friendly NPCs, not center square, but still on the board here. In column 5,
No Moog Lord of Blood.
yeah, this board, I don't see a ton of super late game on this board. We have some Altus, we have rune level 60, but no like obvious last square, even no Gargs, no capital, unless I'm missing capital, but I don't think I am. Yeah, I think this is a very mid-gamey and very interesting board here. Also, there's a class that starts with Ice Rind, 11 strength and 12 dex, so you would pretty much only need Sword Seal to get that online. Let me even double check. You might even, I think Ice Rind is 16 dex.
Now, do keep in mind as well, that is only 10 faith, and with 30 faith on the board, that is 20 levels into faith.
And Ice Rind is 16 dex, so you are 1 level off being able to wield it.
I do see a cutscene.
Nexus is just being a shitter. He's not actually going to watch the cutscene once the real match starts. There's no way.
So interesting.
Gamba's up. Gamba's up.
Square there, with Soldier, Godric, Barefist only, and caves and grottos on the board. That is an interesting. If you had the stats to be able to do that, but also not great with the fact that Soldier, Godric, Barefist only is on the board.
Here, you want to watch a cutscene?
Caves, AG +0.
Across the fog, the lands between.
Are we excited, chat?
Nee, ich kann jetzt. Ich esse es danach.
Yeah, okay, he skipped it. We're not doing cutscene %. All right, they both start with Ice Ride. Also, chat, thank you so much for the hype train. Very deserved for getting this match started. It is a very hype one. I realized I said very deserved, meaning like the match is going to be hype. And I was like, I sound like I'm a self-righteous asshole right now. Like, that's not what I meant. I meant like this match is going to be hype.
I think
but thank you so much. I appreciate it.
For the match.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the hype train, chat. I really, really appreciate it. And we will go ahead and get started here. Both players starting with the Ice Rind class. So we will see. So they could get it online, but they will have to yard sale. They need 4 levels. The lands between gets you 3. If you were to sell the lands between and like some of your armor at Kale, you could get enough levels to get the Ice Rind online, but you will have to sell some armor. And it looks like Nartock is potentially preparing to sell some armor. He took off his gloves and his hat.
And there is also the Golden Rune 2 pickup right at the front of the Kale Church.
Yeah, you have Melania's gauntlets, so those will sell for about $2,000, I think.
Yeah. It looks like they're both about to do it because Nexus also took off the gloves. He took the hat off but put it back on.
Yeah, because you don't need that. You don't have to sell the hat because you have Melania's gloves, right? They're worth a lot.
Yep. Nexus choosing to skip first step.
Which I find surprising. That kind of tells me maybe he's not rushing a Gil.
Yeah.
I mean, first step is a good grace here for a Geel, 4 friendly NPCs.
Mm-hmm.
General Kaled access, it is a great grace. Does just grab Church of Ella instead. And Nexus doesn't sell.
Interesting.
That's a mistake by him.
Yeah, because he's gonna have to come back to sell.
Well, yeah, he doesn't have any. I mean, he clearly is not looking at a Geel.
Yeah, no. Which I feel like is a mistake with Dragonheart bosses being on that same line.
Yeah.
That makes a Geel a little bit stronger.
Well, it is Nartock's favorite square, so he might have anticipated that Nartock started with a different class and rushed it.
Okay.
Also, Ice Rind is really good. Ice Rind is like in the lore, it's like a dragon. It's like I think it's like Borealis's scale or something. So it actually does do bonus damage to dragons.
Okay.
So-
that I actually did not know. I do
Yeah.
know it's an R1 machine though.
Yeah, so it'll be really good on a Geel, really good for Grail without status effects, really good for 3 Dragonheart bosses. I still cannot remember if a Dragonkin is a dragon in terms of like the resistances and like bonus damage, but
But they do not drop Dragonhearts, correct?
no, they're not a Dragonheart boss, no. But yeah. Like for instance, ancient dragons, not Fortis, not Plasty because he's special, but like Xenasax or Lanciax, right? They're also weak to the dragon weapons. There is a different resistance though. It is 30% extra damage against drakes and 15% extra damage against ancient dragons. And it looks like Nartock isn't going for a Geel either.
Now, do we think that are they Team Cheese or Team Flame? Because with Grail without status effects,
They're
on
not
the
gonna be.
board-
No, they were not gonna. I'd be shocked if they check Peeler. They hate Peeler. They probably
Okay.
will not check Peeler.
Okay.
I'm very surprised that Nartock did not go for a Geel there. Like very surprised. Especially with Dragonhearts on the same line. And also at that point, like, why did you get the weapon? Like, what do you have to kill right now? Right? You're not doing
Where-
Falling Star Beast.
Where is Nexus going as well? Trying to look at the board to see the reasoning for going this way now.
I mean, it
Could
sets
he
up
be-
potentially explosive physic. You can get Sacred Blade for Deathbird, Deathrite Bird.
Clean Rot Knight duo with caves? But I mean, there's no way you actually
Yeah.
are gonna get 2 caves and Clean Rat Knight duo.
I mean, are they both going for it?
Could do you think
There's
they could
no
have
way,
gentlemen's to
right?
go?
No, they didn't actually
something
gentleman's
like
that.
that?
No. There's no way.
Because that looks like both of them are going for Clean Rat Knight duo right now.
I mean, we'll see. It's just a weird opener. All right.
A
Game is
very
closed.
weird opener.
Ash +4 in Catacombs, probably, actually. Spirit Ash +4 in Catacombs. They might just be rushing center square. Especially Nartock.
Maybe that's the gentleman's rush center square.
No, I don't think so. I don't think there's a gentleman's. The gentleman's was a joke.
Okay.
The gentleman's, they told me about
You
it.
never know with these players though.
Well, they told
do
me
like
that they're
to do
okay.
silly
So I'll
things.
give you the history on the cutscene thing. They told me that they were like, "Oh, we're gonna do a gentleman's," and they kept it all secret. And then at one point they spilled the beans. They're like, "Yeah, we're gonna watch every cutscene." And I told them, I go, "If you do that, I will forfeit both of you." And then they were like, "Fine, we won't do it." Yeah, Nexus is doing Gale Skip now. So Nexus sets up Fort Gale and now goes down to third church. Setting up Fort Gale is nice if... Wait, that was their GA? Gale skip before they mark a square? Okay. Well, the gentleman's was they have to do Gale skip before they're allowed to mark a square. All right.
Oh my goodness. I told you there was a gentleman's. This is a
Yep.
weird start.
All right, yeah. Yeah, here's Gale skip. All right, there they go. They've both done their Gale skip. Now we can play bingo.
Oh my goodness, that's
Yeah.
that's pretty fantastic,
Yeah.
honestly. Okay, back to Calais to sell, and then over
I mean,
to...
this is gonna be really close
Gale.
though, because Nartock has his Ice Riding online.
Yup. He has to unequip his gauntlets.
Does Nartock go a Gale though? That is the question. And Nexus sits to go. They're both gonna get taken to round table by sitting. We'll see if they actually go. God, look how cute Nartock's little fork head is. All right, so Nartock warps to first step.
He's
And
going
okay, so
caves.
Nexus is going for caves while Nartock is going for a Gale. Nexus should annihilate both of us, so we'll go full screen with Narty here.
If he goes Soldier of Godric for his second one, I love it.
Well, he has to fist him, so I don't know.
Aboard, this is the rush.
I think he would have the levels.
I don't think so. Maybe. Because I think they will have 16 dex and 11 strength right now, so they need 3 more levels.
It's good damage.
Oh, and he got strength here, so yeah, it would be feasible.
And that's why he chose the routing that he did. Very heads up. I like it a lot, actually.
Oh,
Nartock runs out of stamina and gets hit there.
oh, I'm bad.
Very lucky,
Talk
very
to-
nice stacker there. All right, there's a Gale for Nartock.
Okay, Gale +0 only. Cool.
Okay, so now Nexus is going for... I mean, there's technically a +1 in here, but mainly this is a play for Catacombs and Crimson Cerulean Viridian Talisman. Because you get the Assassin's Crimson Dagger. And Nartock is going for Queen Rat Knight Duo. Okay, Nexus actually does decide to pivot back for the cave. He's going for the demi-human family as his second cave. He's not fisting Rick. Ginger's sad.
I am. I really like the duo square synergy there.
Yeah, so Nexus is just finishing up the square. Nartock can get Clean Rat Knight Duo here, but he will not. He will lose caves unless Nexus somehow massively skill issues the demi-human family.
With Hoarfrost Stomp, I don't see that happening.
Now, one thing to be mindful of is
realize
Nartock does not have full armor, so his resistance to rot will be lower.
Yep.
He needs to be careful here. And oh my god, how did he not get procced? Yeah, survives on, like,
Wow.
barely dodges the proc.
Definitely should be Hoarfrost Stomping. He is
Now
making
this is
quick
Nexus's
fight,
first
though.
cave. Or second cave, sorry. Alright. Nicely done by Nexus there. Nartock goes for duo.
Okay. It's fine.
This is a very scary fight with a +0 weapon.
Jesus.
Oh,
That's dumb.
Also, the one guy regens because the other guy casts a spell that makes them
Yep.
regen. And Nartock's gonna get rotted.
I'm rotted.
He's dead.
Okay, do it later. That's fine.
yep.
It's a fight that is feasible to take on early. It's not impossible, but it sucks. Like, it really sucks. Even with Ice Rind. And Nexus
This is
is
a
just chilling here now, going for Crimson Cerulean, Viridian, and Catacombs.
This is a weird fucking board that I don't really like.
I did not see what the katana was. We were watching Nartock.
Yeah, I can check real quick.
Thank you, Ginger.
Just fuck off.
Inseparable sword from the greatsword check.
You stop. That's one.
I can't. Serpent Bone Blade.
Okay. Thank you, Ginger. So, complete garbage.
I will be right back. Give me
No problem. No
30
problem.
seconds.
All right. So Nexus players are tied. It's 1-1. Nexus has prio on Catacombs and Crimson Cerulean Viridian. Nartock has prio on Dragon Hearts, and he has Clean Rot Duo set up, but he did waste time dying to them.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Nexus' score position is a little bit better. Yep, that is correct, Alco. Like, it is
Bad weapon.
the worst weapon imaginable, and it is a lot of and it has high stat requirements for bingo. Nexus barely gets Liurnia skip. Snowy almost cursed him.
What do you think the play is next? Do you think Nexus continues to go for the Crimson Cerulean Viridians?
Sorry,
Is in
I'm
the-
yawning like crazy all of a sudden. Continues, no. I honestly think you probably just look for synergy here in terms of your what you do. Friendly NPCs is not a bad call for a katana check. Like, you probably don't want to rock Ice Rind the entire game. I don't actually mind Makar here. Makar for a Dragonheart, especially for Nartock, and to progress towards Altus. Then you could go do like Radon, 30 Faith, Lion Guardians, something of that nature. Deathrite Bird is fast. I like it. But I do think the strongest synergy on the board is Shades, Spirit Ash +4, Catacombs. Like going for Shades for Spirit Ash +4 and Catacombs. Especially for Nartock. That middle row, that middle column is nasty because you could do something like
deck.
+4 Makar, Altus, Dragons, Radon. Nartock is going to go here for killing Yura. This will be his second of 4 friendly NPCs and a katana check.
If you've succumbed to this blood, then I fear.
Oh, and he dies. Snowy cursed it.
You get one curse and then you get timed out. That wasn't the mods, that was me. That wasn't the fucking mods, that was me.
Oh. Getting dangerous. I agree. Hoarfrost Stomp is actually really good against NPCs.
I hate Yura so much. Suck that one.
They roll the first part, but then they always get hit by the second part, which does more damage. I like Nexus's positioning better. I believe so. Yeah, he has to run all the way to Alexander, so it could be close, but I think he still wins it.
Fuck me, I'm muted. Sorry, chat. I accidentally muted myself. It was these. Sorry, I was talking about how Nexus was also going for the friendly NPCs, but I think Nartock will win it because he has the easier ones ahead, and it was the Great Katana from the Katana check. I apologize.
I don't know if he killed anyone else, but he is going for height now. If height is his last one, he wins.
It's not.
If not, then he has to get a really quick kill on Varret, which I don't see him winning this.
Also, if you do kick him, you have to wait for the runes. Oh, he fucked up. Wait for runes. There you go. And he doesn't have first step. Yeah. Nartock will get this by the hair of his chinny chin chin. Unless he dies to Alexander.
It's not an impossibility.
Vari gets the
God.
heal off, and oh my god, Nartock barely gets it.
Oh my god, that was so close.
Yep.
Die, pussy. Fuck you. Good shit on, bitch. God damn it, I can't believe he fucking sniped me there. Insane, by the way, that he got that. Oh my.
That was
And you know,
close,
Nexus
right?
didn't get the katana check either. I mean, fortunately for him, it was only. It was a great katana, which is a great smithing weapon, but this, I mean, the only smithing weapons could be viable on this board just because of, I think more so for Nartock, Makar is interesting. Makar pressure 3 Dragon Hearts, put pressure on row 4 and column 3. Would be really, really good.
Yep.
Looks like Nexus is going for Academy. Nartock did set up the Death Touch Catacombs with which Nexus did earlier.
So he did not get Temple Quarter Grace. I really hope he does get.
They don't like
Forest
Temple
Grace.
Quarter. They think Crystalline Woods is better. And
Okay.
honestly, I kind of agree with them.
Even with Explosive Physic on the board, though, like it just makes more sense.
Why are you not getting Crystalline Woods?
Well, yeah, you have to use this one, Freddy.
I think so. I think so, and here's why. Like, you don't necessarily want to go for grab both because that's really out of the way, right? But I mean, he didn't grab either, but you probably want to grab Crystalline Woods for imbued keys and then just sack the run. Because honestly, I don't think Temple Core, I don't know my timings because to be fair, I don't play, but I'm retired. But I don't think Temple Quarter is that much faster to
Honestly,
the Urge
Temple
Avatar
Quarter-
than South Raya.
Temple Quarter, I just feel like is a much better Grace here. With Dragon Hearts, with Explosive Physic. Now, Dragonheart, like the
Dragonheart's
Crystal Force
equidistant.
good, yeah.
I mean,
that's
you're basically
equidistant,
choosing between
but-
Explosive Physic and Imbued Keys, and the reason why I would I'd skip Temple Quarter and go South Raya is because South Raya is overall a lot closer, like comparatively, right? You are very far from the Imbued Key if your closest Grace is Temple Quarter. But I think there's kind of merit for either of them. I don't think that is
Yeah.
necessarily right and wrong. And also, where did Nexus pull Golden Halberd out of his ass?
He has Golden Albert? Wow, yeah.
When did that happen?
No idea.
Because it wasn't Halberd check. Halberd check was Night Rider's Glaive.
Did he stop at a merchant?
It had to have either been a merchant or round table because there's no way he did another Halberd check.
Yeah, we'll see Roundtable here from Nartock.
Okay, it's round table. Oh, there's also Bloodhound Fang. Bloodhound Fang with the Curse Blade mask, that's huge. You go Bloodhound Fang. Bloodhound Fang's better than Golden Halberd.
I'm not a big fan of Bloodhound Fang, but I would have
Yeah,
to-
but if you're good with it, it cooks. You got to know how to use it. Like, if you're not super comfortable with it, I understand picking Golden Halberd over it. But
Give me the little thing.
if used optimally, it is objectively better, especially with the Curse Blade Cirque mask for extra decks. That's 5 extra decks.
Can you bring me a soda, Buck?
So Nartock does need one more level into strength to put Bloodhound Fang online.
He did grab the strength tier, though.
Mm-hmm. He also has Warrior Jar Shard. This Bloodhound Fang's gonna cook.
Yeah. Yeah, again, I'm not the biggest fan of Bloodhound Fang, just personal preference. Like, I know it's an amazing weapon. It's an S tier weapon. I just am not a big fan of it. but objectively, like, it's clearly the better weapon here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is a much, much, much better weapon.
I'm sorry, Who's. Give me like 30 seconds
You're good,
again.
you're
I
good.
apologize,
Yeah.
everyone.
So Nartock does also grab Crystalline Woods, which Nexus didn't. Nexus pops Strength here. And he will have the the Faith Talisman. So that will give him Rex for G-Help. Nartock is doing the balloon popping route, grabbing a bunch of runes so that he can get his Bloodhound's Fang online. He's going to need one more level into Strength, and then he will just be buying as many stones as he can to get this thing online. Nexus does set up the Grace for Loretta, potentially to come back later, but continues to push towards Altus here.
Sorry about that. My son's
You're good.
wanting lunch. So I'm helping him with stuff.
I mean, if I don't hate the idea of going for the Black Knife Catacomb with the Cerulean Talisman. Now you'd have to kill the Shade to complete the Catacomb, so you get the Talisman from a different spot than completing the Catacomb. That Catacomb is the only Catacomb in the game with 2 bosses. The Shade counts as completing the Catacomb, not the Black Knife. But you can get the Cerulean Talisman there, and more importantly, you can get a 2, 3, and 4 in that Catacomb, and then you get the 1 from Death Touched in Limgrave, and that's your Spirit Ash plus 4.
Yep. On this board, it's very viable, and there's a lot of reasons for that Catacomb. In a lot of matches, I see that Catacomb actually being extremely important, and I feel like this match, it definitely is a bit important as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, you don't have the Sem Shade or Black Knife Assassin synergy, but again, you have the Catacombs, you've got the Spirit Ash, you've got the Cerulean Crystal Viridian Talisman, so it's pretty powerful here.
Snowy, Nexus has the Faith here.
Yeah, Nexus just picked it up a little bit ago.
Yeah. Oh, we got it later. All right. Well, he has it now. He has the Strength here now.
Yeah. He didn't pick it up in his initial run through, but he did go right before I went on my little like step away. He picked it up.
Okay. Yeah. So Nexus is going for this Catacomb. Nartock seems to just be going for Dectus, Feroth, Sword Seal. That also give him the gold rune 12, so he can get his weapon up to +4. This is gonna be a good grace for Radon later. A little surprised to see him not pick up a great, like, maybe even just go for the imbued key now or pick up a grace outside of Celia for it. I would like to see him grab, I know you want Dectus now and like this is part of the skip, but overall I would have liked to see him grab Church of the Plague.
Yeah,
because you're a little bit closer to Radon later. But overall,
he doesn't
it's fine.
have any graces at this point.
Yeah, unless there's something that he's rushing in Altus, but I don't think there would be. I can't think of what he would need to rush here.
Snowy's saying row 4.
I mean, maybe if he kills that putrid avatar. That just seems very aggressive. And if you're going to do that, I would do, well, he's doing it. I would do Abandoned Cave first for the Gold Scarab.
Which is where he's heading now.
Yeah. Well, you still get Feroth, of course, because you're crossing it. But if you're running by, like, you're basically running by Church of the Plague anyways, you might as well grab the Sacred Tier and set up the Grace for Radon later. Because realistically, you're either going that way for Radon or Lion Guardians at some point. If you're not, you're probably losing, right?
Yep. I think it was a big mistake not to get that Grace at
Yeah, I
least.
mean, it's not a huge mistake. Just
Not
yeah,
a huge, but
Yeah.
it's definitely going to cause him a bit of a time loss.
yeah. Okay, so Nexus is. I wonder if he will even go for the Black Knife now. Honestly, I would just go for +4
He is
and then
going for the
sit
Black Knife.
on the other stuff or come back later. That center score is very important, but this is going to be really nice synergy because Nexus can get +4 and then work on Catacombs and Crimson Cerulean Viridian here. Nartock's back at the fight he died to earlier. Also, the jump R2s are great on Bloodhound's Fang. I'm a little surprised to see Nartock not using them. And Poise has definitely reset. Yeah, jump R2s on Bloodhound's Fang are way better than running R1s because you have bonus damage on jump R2s. This thing's stupid. It's actually stupid how many little, like, you get bonus damage on jump R2s, you get
Honestly, even the Ash of War.
iframes on the Ash of War. You can grease it. Like, this thing's so stupid. The more that I think about it.
Move? Fuck no. Give me the backstab.
I'm surprised he's not
Oh,
Ash of
perfect.
Warring at all here.
Oh yeah. Happy fun times with a duo. Oh yeah. That's just great. Yeah.
All right, next, Nartock gets the first one down. Yeah, the gold scarab talisman will be huge with RL60 on the board. Oh my god. How did he not get hit there?
Wow.
He got away with murder.
No. Fuck off, dude.
Now, will he actually equip it like our last game?
Unlike our hero Shura.
There's Spirit Ash +4. Well done.
Okay. So let's get a comb prior. Actually, the preparator. Fuck. Need to go back.
And he does not immediately finish the Catacomb, by the way.
Yeah, Nartock's worried about the Diag. He's going Loretta. I think Nexus is going Physic Tears into Fort Height. I mean, you could consider really pushing your bingo here if you're Nartock. That row 4. Hi.
Yeah, I think he wants to at least block the Loretta first. Is I think his planning here. Don't know if he actually pushes the bingo though.
Yeah. I do understand Loretta a lot to block that Diag. That Diag is, you know,
It's
Ancestor
scary.
Spirit, and like you could bank on getting RL60, right? Especially with the Gold Scarab, like you theoretically should be ahead, but it's just not one that you want to bank on getting later. Also, my cat is going crazy, so I'm hoping that if I feed him treats, he will calm down and go to sleep. The biggest thing, though, is Nartock has a very significant weapon advantage as long as he knows how to use Bloodhound's Fang properly. You know, I mean, I know Nartock is very good at the game. I also don't know that he's a speed runner. Like the players who are best with Bloodhound's Fang were like the OG speedrunners. Not anymore because now it's DP, right? But you know, players like Helios who used to do speed runs back in the day are the most dangerous with Bloodhound's Fang. we're gonna kind of this Loretta's fight's gonna be more telling, right? I can give you a pass on not utilizing it perfectly against the Clean Rot Knight duo with low health, but we'll see how he does against Loretta.
Yep. And yes, no, Radon is a very important play here on the board. Because there's a lot after
Yeah.
Radon.
And by going height, you set up that grace for later, right?
Yep.
All right, this is Loretta for Nartock here.
I mean, for sure,
Against
like
them.
Underground is very important even without Radon, but with Radon being on the board, it's still very valuable to just go through Radon to get those squares.
Yo, I'm getting stuck on
Especially
a
with
fucking
RL60 being on the
head.
board.
Boys definitely reset. Now you do an R2. I think an R2 or a charge R2 would have staggered there.
Oh. Comes on.
Yeah, this Loretta's not.
Watch them stairs. I don't like them stairs anymore.
Nice. All right, nicely done by Nartock there.
I'm at 5. Loretta? Oh, he's scared of the diag. Okay.
Yeah, this is insane, especially with Warrior Jar Shard.
Yep.
It is nasty. And like, to be honest, like, you can even use it better. Like, if you see Zeno, he's the best speedrunner I know personally. I mean, he used to play some bingo back in the day, and like watching him use Bloodhound Fang, like the way that he uses it is just insane. Like, he like super high level players, like bingo players, are not as good with it for the most part unless they have experience speed running. Because it's just like, it's a pretty rare weapon and it's so hard to get so good with it. But like, there's so many little attacks, like you can iframe stuff with the Ash of War, like, you know, this lock on lock off tech that you can do for like to squeeze in certain attacks. Yeah, Nexus not using
That's right on
Sacred
the
Blade,
board.
but he has holy damage, so it's fairly comparable. Sacred Blade might be a little better, but also the question is like, what do you put Sacred Blade on? They started with Ice Rind, so they don't have a good smithing weapon.
Yep.
In which case you just go with yeah. I mean, this is doing better than Low did yesterday with Uchi Sacred Blade.
Okay, there's the Roy Bird.
Very nicely done.
Yeah, there's Deathrite Bird. I mean, look, Nartock here might go Grail without status effect, which I actually like. I personally, you know, NPT agrees with me. I learned this from Bushy. You know, Bushy was like, oh, I used to like Grail without status effect because it was an endgame square, and then NPT realized it was a rush square, and now I fucking hate it. And the more, like, I agree, I think it is a rush square. I think if you have a +4 Somber, like, you got to hit list the fight anyways 90% of the time, so you should be able to just do it.
Yep.
And Bloodhound Fang cooks. Now, this does not count as a Dragonheart boss. It is not a boss, it is just a thing. We'll go to the dual screen as Nexus kills this Deathbird.
It melts it more like it. The damage is just phenomenal on that with this weapon against Deathbirds.
Yep. Nice job by Nexus there. Nartock has 2 of the baby dragons down. He needs to get 2 more. I mean, Grail without status effects into 30 Faith will be really strong and also put pressure on RL60.
This time very soon.
This is awkward for Nartok. He does get the riposte
Yeah.
though.
Okay.
Don't know how, but hey. Won't question it.
Also, I do want to slightly correct myself earlier because I see Nartok doing it. I said that the jump R2s have bonus damage on Bloodhound's Fang. They don't actually have bonus damage, but they do have higher motion values than other weapons in the class, which as a result feels like bonus damage. So, but I just wanted to correct myself because it's not like a percentage-based modifier. It just has a higher motion value than
Do
other
the flying
curved
move?
greatswords for
You
some
go-
reason.
Don't like that other dragon being that close. Luckily, it's
Yeah.
turned around.
Thank you.
Nexus here is going Scar Seals.
Oh.
Your motion value does a lot to impact the damage number. Yeah, the multiplier to your AR.
Other one went a bit too close.
I will say this halberd is definitely melting enemies right now.
Yeah. It's very good, but I just think
Yeah.
Bloodhound's Fang is better. So that's an Evergel, which is not on the board, but Scar Seals is on the board.
And nice job switching to the golden scarab there.
Well, Nexus, I think, is going to finish out Physic Tears here. He might do it before Scar Seals because he has a fair amount already. He was doing a good job of picking him up, but he is going to just go underground here. There's 30 Faith for Nartock. I think Physic Tears is a very crucial square at this point, especially considering how well it combos with tree bosses.
Yeah. Nexus is focusing on the Scar Seals block while Nartok, where is he going?
I think Weeping for the Avatar.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not getting this right now.
he
I'm gonna
is going
do
Weeping.
Catacombs.
You'll get the Faith tier
instead
and
of
the
tree
Avatar
bosses.
there. This could actually be really huge for Nartok here.
Yeah, I mean Nartock is obviously in a good spot, up 6-3. This threat is scary though, but if Nartock can rather quickly alleviate the pressure on row 3, he's looking really nice. I mean, he has a better
His column
weapon.
3.
I mean, he has a better weapon. Their map progress is fairly similar. He's higher level for RL60. I mean, he does have less VIG, but you know, he still has a decent amount, right? And that gold scarab talisman. He's looking good.
Yeah.
This row 3 is just very scary. And you can synergize catacombs and tree bosses a bit, right? Going for the watchdogs. Very good call by Nexus here. Nartock going to try to synergize tree bosses with Physic Tears here.
And I think the Liurnia avatar is very important here as well. The one that gets you the explosive physics. 'Cause obviously that's another square as well.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest question that like Nartock has to ask himself is like,
This one tree boss.
how do I make sure I get tree boss? Like, it's a very difficult balance because if you just go straight into tree bosses, we saw like what happened to Chris last game. Tree bosses killed Chris, right? He spent so much time doing tree bosses, it just killed him. Fortunately, Nartock is up a lot more, so it wouldn't be as devastating, but it's still any square that's kill 5x sucks to go for.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, okay, I want to greed synergy out of it because you can, but how greedy can I be while making sure I still get this square? That's kind of the question that Nartock has to ask himself.
And it looks like Nexus is also rushing tree bosses at the moment, so...
Well, this is a tree boss and a catacomb, so it's hard to tell which
Yep.
one he is going for. We just know it's not Scar Seals.
Yep. But he did ride the elevator down and he got the grace down there,
Yes.
so he has massive priority on that square.
Yeah, he said he did say catacombs, but that was in the spur of the moment, so he could change his mind, but it looks like Nexus is...
It's Catacombs Duelist.
I thought... Oh, okay, yeah, Duelist. Thank you for saying Duelist. I was like, wait, why is he not going to the Black Knife? It took me a second. Thank you,
Yeah,
Mr.
he already
Ginger.
killed the Black Knife, yep.
Also, why does it look like... Why does it look like it's... Nartock's Liurnia looks like it's like the Chernobyl fallout right now. Like,
Yeah.
what the hell is going on right now in Nartock's Liurnia? Like, it literally looks like there was a nuke. It looks like he's playing Fallout, not Elden Ring.
This is gonna be massive for Nartock because
Yeah.
of the fact that Nexus is not pushing tree bosses while Nartock
Oh,
is,
that didn't work.
while
And-
also pushing his physic tiers. Like, this
Yeah.
is huge for him because he's up a Dragonheart boss and massive priority on Rune 60.
Yeah.
Now the question is, does he continue
Oh my god,
pushing
and Nexus
his-
dies in the Duelist Catacomb.
Oh,
Dude,
No,
fuck
that's bad.
you so fucking hard. Oh my, fuck off, dude. I should have got the fucking
That's
grace.
really
He
So-
bad.
didn't get the
for
grace
Nexus.
either. He didn't get the grace.
yeah.
All the way back at Stormhill. That's huge.
Tree bursts. 2 more.
Yeah, I think this
And
is
Nartock's
a
in
mistake
a-
by Nexus big time because he's shown his priority on Catacombs, and yet he's like cashing in on that priority already
Yeah.
instead of pushing tree bosses.
Yeah, I do think, obviously, I mean, Snowy's snowing a bit, but I do think there is some truth to like karma for grace skipping, right? Nexus has been the one that has been pushing the grace skipping meta, like be as fast as possible, skip all the graces, just don't make a mistake, right? And it's come back to bite him today because it cost him 2 squares. Skipping first step cost him Vare, and then skipping, well, Murkwater didn't cost him a square, but, big time loss.
Yeah. And no matter what, he loses tree bosses. He might have been able to take it if he had pushed it right from the beginning, but the fact that he's prioritizing Catacombs, like, he's gonna lose this square.
That was greedy as shit.
That was, but I love it. I'm all about the greed. The greedy plays are huge, and
Yeah.
they do a lot.
I mean, there is something
if you
to
pull it off.
Stocko's point of like Nartock's aura is helping him. Nexus has a horrible record against Nartok. Like, he's beat him before, but it's not a good record. Like, Nexus or Nartok beat him in the playoffs last season of Rookie Rumble. Nartok gets the better of him in most of their practice games. I will agree that Nexus doesn't normally play like this, but I think part of that might be earned in the sense that like Nartok beats him in practice games, right? He gets the better of him consistently in practice games.
Now, how many tree bosses does Nexus have? I can only think of the one Watchdog.
I think only the Watchdog, yeah.
Yeah, he's walking into 2 big snipes here.
Yeah. I also think their gentlemen's, which I know was Nexus's idea, hurt him. Because he's good off of these very predefined rushes, right? Like, what makes him so dangerous is like these rushes that he's rehearsed a million times in a row. He hasn't rehearsed rushing squares after doing Gale skip first, right? Like, I know that Gentleman's was his idea, but I think it hurt him. It definitely advantaged Nartock, in my opinion.
Yeah, NPCs was a very bad snipe for Nexus.
Nice use of the Ash there by Nardi. That's his 4th tree boss. Now, Nexus is already at this avatar. I think Nexus will get Physic Tears after this avatar. Because I'm pretty sure he said he had 5. So this is 2 avatars of Watchdog. So this will be number 3 for Nexus, I believe.
Yeah.
I mean, he
He's
still
gotta
has
run to the
3 cent
explosive-
available.
And explosive physic
Yeah.
avatar.
No, oh my
But
God.
without Temple Quarter,
Fuck off, dude.
he definitely loses this race for this
Yeah.
one, for Avatar, or for tree bosses at least.
I mean, I'm not going to say definitely because of... I mean, Nartock
If-
has a ways to run, but it doesn't look great.
Where's my stagger?
If he had Temple Quarter, I'd
Yeah.
be much more positive about his ability to be able
Yeah.
to take this square.
Because if Nexus does win tree bosses, that's game.
That's 3.
Yeah, for sure.
And this is also my physic flask tiers. Yep.
I honestly think Temple Quarter not grabbing it loses him the race.
This is insane. And this is mind gamey. But if I was Nexus, I would have intentionally warped early there. Hide tree bosses. Intentionally warp.
Oh no! Nartock gets hit by a catapult.
Because now Nexus goes for this. Yeah, I think hiding tree bosses, would have, because now Nartock's in go mode. Nartock's like, fuck. Like, Nartock might have grabbed Bellum or something first. Now he can't. He just has to go straight for it. I mean, so now it's 4-4.
On your Temple Quarter.
I do think he should have hid. I really believe he should have hid the Physic Tears. Like, warping and not getting the Physic Tears yet, coming back for him later. Because then there's a chance that Nartock grabs Bellum, and that slows him down a lot. If Nartock grabs Bellum because he knows that, because he isn't aware, it's different. And also, like, the way Nexus is playing, Nexus isn't playing for Physic Tears. Physic Tears, I guess, matters, but at the end of the day, doesn't really. Because the way Nexus is playing right now, he's playing for this bingo. If he doesn't get this, even with Physic Tears, he's down 5-8 with all the pressure. Yeah, they are both at 4 right now. They're both last. I think also you're faster by warping out of the Physic Tears too. Like, you just are speedier.
With Temple Quarter, they are entering the fight at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm a believer in Temple Quarter.
I'm a bit scared of this guy, I'll be honest. Should be a stagger, right?
He did aggro the ads around this one,
I mean,
but I don't think it's gonna matter.
I don't know. That'll do it.
Yep.
No! Fuck! How did he beat me to this?
I'm telling you.
No
he
fucking way he got
I'm telling
that,
you, he
dude.
should either Temple Quarter or hiding Physic Tears. Either Temple Quarter or hiding Physic Tears. Because I
Yep.
really do believe that if he doesn't get Physic Tears, if you're Nartock, why would you think he's gonna, like, he did Catacombs, okay? Like, you won Explosive Physic, right? Like, you already won Explosive Physic. He didn't mark Physic Tears. I would believe I'm ahead on tree bosses and I can afford to grab Bellum.
Yep.
Now we can't. Like, now, but when the
Well,
Physic Tears gets marked, it changes everything.
I mean, even if Nartok had pivoted and grabbed the Grace at the Dectus lift, he would have lost that. And he
Yeah, no,
didn't
that's what
grab
I'm
either
saying,
of
right?
them.
When I kept saying Bellum, I meant the Dectus Lift Grace.
Okay.
Yeah, like I think if Nartok, if Nexus does not mark Physic Tears, Nartok grabs the Dectus Grace.
Yep.
Duggar, thank you so much for the follow.
Yeah. That's wild. I said at the beginning, not grabbing Temple is a mistake, and it
Yeah,
did come to bite him.
good call by you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, Grace skipping has
Ben,
just.
I'm a believer in Temple Quarter. I really like that Grace a lot.
Yeah, and also I think after this match, right, like when Nexus looks at the footage, right, he might have to. There's gonna be tough calls in regards to like his playstyle, right? Because I mean, what's made Nexus so dangerous this entire season has been the fact that he's so fast. So like you heard Stacco being like, "How the fuck do you even play this guy? Like he's so fast. Like what is this?" One of the ways he's able to do it is grace skipping, right? Skipping graces. That's how he's so fast. And then he overwhelms you early. And then at that point, if it takes a little bit longer to get a square, it's whatever, because you're up big and you've won the early game, right?
Yep.
In this game, he didn't win the early game. It was pretty even. If anything, Nartock won. And then the grace skipping really bit him in the ass.
Yep.
So, I definitely think there might be a little bit of self-reflection for Nexus. It's like, okay, is this a Nartock thing that I don't grace skip? Do I change up my philosophy?
I mean,
but
so grace skipping, I'm not a fan of it because it saves you 5 seconds. That it takes 5 seconds to grab a grace, get back on torrent, and continue running. Now, of course, you do have to, like, it's the time also to run to the grace, and sometimes they may be a little bit out of the way.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, it saves you time in the long run. And so personally, I'm not a fan of grace skipping, especially graces that have so many things near it. It has Dragonheart bosses. It has imbued sword keys. It has explosive
God, I can't believe I
physic
didn't die in the
avatar
duelist
for
catacomb. I
physic
would've won.
tiers
Insane
and tree
shit.
bosses. It was too powerful
Yeah.
to grace on this board.
I mean, also if he either doesn't die in the duelist catacomb or grabs the grace in the duelist catacomb, that's GG.
Yep.
Like it was so close to being GG. And to be fair, like this is still very much a match, but Nartock does have map prio. He's up a square and he's the first one to Altus, right?
Yep.
He's also up 1-0 on Dragonheart bosses. Nexus does have a bit of an advantage on the Crimson. A pretty significant advantage on Crimson, Cerulean, Viridian, and Ancestor. I expect for Nartock, the play here is going to be Wormface into 2 Lion Guardians into Radon. That would make the most sense to me.
Yeah, that would be powerful. Show, hey, I have Altus, and then grab an Altus, and then grab the square for Radon as well.
Yeah.
That gets you much closer to rune level 60.
Either that or just 2 Lion Guardians first, because that's a square that's easier with Altus,
True.
but contestable without.
Yeah. And grabbing Lion Guardians could tell your opponent as well, like, hey, I have Radon, don't even think about it.
I mean, because overall, like, the way I see this board, right, like, Nartock has big priority on particularly, like, RL60, like, some of, like, at least a couple of these Altus squares. I don't know if he's going to get all 3 of, like, Radon, Elemer, and Wormface, but it's fair to give him 2. right? So if we
Yep.
say, okay, Nartox gets 2 of those 3 Alta squares in rune level 60, that puts him at 11. So he needs to win 2 of the other squares. Like, I think Fist Rick and Lion Guardians are potentially a good option. Dragon Hearts are a good option, right? Like, he needs, those are the other squares that he needs to be contesting.
I don't like him skipping that Grace because
Well, there's a
it's
stake.
pretty. No, it's not even that. It's more that Grace is a nice run to Elimer from that Grace.
True.
It's pretty close to Elimer. And I know there is a skip to drop down to Elimer faster than taking the Spirit Springs. I don't know it. I just know that it exists.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that Grace is a fairly powerful Grace for that square. Wormface putting up a little bit of a fight. And that'll be GG's. He's doing a nice job of
He's fisting
switching
Rick.
to his are they both?
No, but I think this
Oh,
is a
okay.
good call. Even though I think this is a good call on Nexus, it's very possible that Nartock could fist Rick right now, and you need to try to find a snipe. Rick would be a good one.
Yeah. As I was saying, Nartock is doing a very good job of switching to his golden scarab after
Yeah.
each fight.
Well, Shura taught him what not to do last game, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Love you, Shura. Congrats on the win, dude.
You played well, Shura.
Yeah.
That was the only real critique was,
Yeah.
man, put on the golden scarab earlier.
Mhm. And yeah, Nartock's going Radon here now. Like I said, I do like the Fist Rick call from Nexus. I think in the end, like, given the way it's worked out, it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna help his chances, given what Nartock chose to do. But you need to find a snipe here. There's a decent chance Fist Rick could have been a snipe, even though it's not gonna be, right? Like,
Yep.
Nexus getting Fist Rick while Nartock gets, Lion Guardians and Radon, he probably might feel a little dumb, but like, I think it's still a good call.
Even with Golden Vow, it's still only 6 damage.
Yeah, you need 20%. You need a lot more to increase. So like, fully naked blue dancer charm. For some reason, fully naked blue dancer charm will take you from 4 to 6, but it will not take you from 6 to 8. The only thing you need a 20% damage buff. So exalted flesh will take you from 6 to 8. It's one of like the few things that will take you from 6 to 8 is flesh.
Gotcha.
I think Flame Grant Me Strength would take you from 6 to 8. Golden Vow's not enough. Obviously something like Epitaph, because of Last Rites, you get, for some reason you get holy damage on all attacks. So that, I don't even know what that exactly takes you up to, but it's quite a lot. Like,
I feel like you've
annihilate 'em.
mentioned that it takes you to 30 in the past.
I don't think I've said that, but it's
Somebody
a lot.
has said that.
It's a lot. So our armaments gain a flat 25 holy damage. So you do get an extra 25 holy damage, but that does not factor in Rick's negations and things. So, and especially at super low health or super low damage, negations and stuff get really weird in Elden Ring. Like, the math is really weird.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think Radon into Lions rune level 60 and then potentially dragons as well. I think that is his play.
So, Rod Grease, because that's doable for some reason.
Even Nartock able to rock grease Bloodhound's Fang, fair and balanced.
Oh, I'm bad.
And dies.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh, wow.
That's not Rod Grease, huh?
No more rock grease either.
Yep. He will still get the bleed procs, but yeah, that's...
Potentially losing.
Yes, you're good. You're good. So we'll see
Yeah.
another Radon attempt while Nexus is making his way towards either Radon or Lions here. Getting one of these squares would definitely be really
Okay,
big
let's
for
do this again.
Nexus. It's not game changing, but it is big. He got the
Shouldn't
Dectus lift, but I don't know if he's gone up yet. So I think this is a Lion's play.
What? I'm choking.
Ooh, almost gets hit there.
God. One cycle? Question mark? Nope.
Very nice stagger.
That's not bad.
A bleed proc should be happening any moment now. That was unnecessarily close there.
Oh, perfect.
A very good move to get here. There we go. That's the bleed proc and the Radon square. And he switches to the golden scarab. Very nicely done. Getting him a huge extra amount.
Nice.
Don't know what his current level is. I don't know if that will be enough to be able to get rune level 60, but it's gonna be close.
Yeah,
We
that was
do
a
see
great job there
Nexus.
by Nartock. Nexus is going, I think, for Lion Guardians here.
Yep. Which he very likely will get sniped on. Depending on RNG here for Nartock. Now Nartock could also hold it. Oh wait, he's at the Gale Fort lion. So did he? I think he grabbed the other lion on the way to Radon. So this actually, I think this will be his square.
It will be very close.
Yeah, he's got a stagger coming any second now. Right here. There it is. And there's the square. Very, very well done by
Yeah.
Nexus. That was a nice snipe.
That's too bad.
Nartock is trying to do the corner strat, but we won't get to see it this time.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, the strat is to run into that corner. When you get into that corner, the lions will try to attack you, and they will actually attack each other. And you can get one to kill the other.
Nardi should not Nardi should not go RL60 if he's thinking RL60.
I think that is what he's thinking.
No. He should not be doing that. Maybe Dragonheart, but I would think Elemer or Imbued or something.
If he kills Bridge Grail for the Dragonheart, that would be very good. That is a play I would do here.
Yeah.
And that is what he's doing. Okay, good.
The problem is just where does he clean up the last square, right? Because he is going for his prio, right? So I guess he can multi-prep. The question is just how close did Nexus get to Altus while Nartock multi-preps? Because Nexus does have Prio on Crimson Cerulean Viridian and Ancestor Spirit.
Nexus is going Dragon Hearts.
Dragon Hearts would be very good for Nartock. Nexus probably betting here that Nartock sits on Prio on Dragon Hearts, and there's a good chance that he does. Right, like he might not finish out the square after doing this boss. We'll go full screen with Nartock here.
Let's send me flying.
Well, that was weird. He like flung across.
I think they both have Academy.
Yeah, but I think Nartock took the Crystal Forest Grace.
Okay. On the way again.
Yes, he did grab Crystalline Wood, so he has a much better grace for the imbued key at the Belfries.
Yep.
Nexus is going for Magma Worm now.
Aye.
So fun fact with this
Interesting
attack,
fire dodging tactic, but it worked.
it worked. I actually learned that you can just straight up, if
was
you're
good.
fast enough, get on your horse and run completely backwards,
Oh yeah,
and you'll dodge
I
it.
already did.
yeah, that's what I usually do. I'm always surprised when people struggle with this, but because I've never had problems with it. But
Fly move, yay.
different people struggle with different shit. Nice job, Nardi. Does switch to the Gold Scarab again. He's been really good about that.
Okay,
That's his
I guess. Cool.
second Dragon
I
Heart.
don't want to open this anyways.
While Nexus is just getting into the second fight.
Mm-hmm. And Nardi is going for...
Yep, Smaragd.
Yeah.
2.
He's just gonna clean up the square, not hold priority on it, which is a good call.
All right, Nartock is fighting Smaragd here. This will be a huge snipe for Nartock.
Massive snipe.
Yeah.
And there it is. Well done.
Fuck.
You got Dragon Scale. But doesn't really
Nexus is-
matter at this point.
Yep. Nexus is not happy.
Yeah, Nexus doesn't even have full deck dust.
Okay, so he did not go up yet. I knew he had gone up this way. I didn't know if he had gone inside yet.
I think Nartock's gonna go for Putrid now. I don't love
Yeah.
this, but it's fine, right? Like I understand like just getting 212. You have to know you have such massive prio on this square, right?
Yeah, I
that's
think
why I'm
Elemer-
surprised that he's doing it. Yeah, I think Elemer,
Elemer into 60 is the play.
or make a little bit of progress, like. I think you could also just argue splitting progress between imbued keys and Elemer, and then you get one of those two and 60, or if somehow Nexus gets 60, you get both, right?
Yep.
I think Nexus will immediately go Elemer the second
I
he
think
gets into
so, too.
Altus.
That's the only reason to go to Altus at this point.
Yeah, actually, yes. I mean, this could get dicey for finishing this up just because Nexus does have pretty massive prio on Crimson Cerulean, Viridian, and Ancestor Spirit, right? So
I
if
think
Nartock,
what's
can,
gonna
if
happen-
Nexus can somehow win Imbued Keys and Elemer, it's not great. Like, obviously, Nartock only needs one more square and can split progress heavily, but he does have to be very careful here because Nexus is ahead on most of these squares now.
Yep. Honestly, I think what's gonna happen is Nartok is gonna get this, and then I think he might rush Elemer. If Nexus continues on the current path that he is, he won't get it. And
Yeah.
Nartok will end up winning the game.
Yeah, this tree also takes forever.
Works.
This tree sucks.
Yeah, with no status
Perfect.
effects, it's
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah, and that's why we're just so, like, Narcoc. I mean, RL60 is so hard to get to. You've been killing big bosses. Nexus hasn't shown that he's killed big bosses, and you have the gold scarab. That's why I'm just so surprised that he's looking to clean this up.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like rushing it, which I don't think is important. Yep, he is looking at Elemer here, which will end up getting him the win. Because Nexus has not pivoted away from what he's currently doing with imbued sword keys. I don't hate his play because obviously, like, he
Yeah,
needs
so
to
that's
snipe
level
something.
62, so he's good on that.
Like, he needs to snipe something. It's just he doesn't really
Yeah.
know what to go for at the moment, and so it's a hard position when you're down this amount of squares because you have to be perfect on your snipes.
Yeah, and also if I'm Nartok here, I do think this is a spot where I actually don't double prep if I'm him. Normally I would double prep, but I think because Nexus hasn't shown Altus, it might be okay to just full push into this, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Nexus is going there now too. If there is a mistake by Nartok. I mean, the question is just, do we see a pivot, and if so, when? If Nartok pivots at the first grace, I think he's still fine. If he goes pushes deeper and then pivots to like imbued keys, there's a chance because Nexus is already in Academy. Depending on how long Nartok takes to pivot, if he decides to, Nexus could have enough time to get Elemer and then still win imbued keys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess there is
that-
only one spot to pivot, right? It's this grace. I wonder if he will.
That's new tech for me. I didn't know about that jump that he just did.
Oh yeah, the little just jump over there.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
I mean,
See, and
this
this
grace
is why
might be...
I watch a lot of bingo as well, because I learn a lot about routings and just little things that really add up to be big time saves.
100%. It's the best way to learn.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see if he pivots. He does
No,
not.
he's
He's going
not.
for it. So now Nexus
Yeah.
is gonna need a death. Dak, thank you so much for the follow. So this will be the game if Nartok can get this. Next, Nartok only needs one more square. Chat, let's get the Unos. Uno.
Oh no!
Nartok gets
Oh,
whacked by the clean rot.
oh my God! How did he not die there? Those clean rot knights are scary in Elemer's castle.
All right, this will be final square.
He only has 3 flasks,
Okay.
but it's a bell
Let's
bearing
see if
hunter.
this
It's
is my
not
final
that hard.
fight.
So
What up, broski? Mom's a hoe. go to his backside. From the back. Oi.
I don't like the Asher
Not
War here.
mean.
Oh!
Here. That's shield explosions. Okay, just I don't know how I can punish shield to loop. I don't think I
So
can
far,
punish
this
it
has
with
not
lot
been a
here.
very
Maybe
clean
2
fight.
R1s. It's 2 R1s.
I really hope he doesn't
Ash-
go for the Asher War
Come on,
again.
this
Again,
guy
Asher
doesn't
War
put me
here
away
is
from
very
him.
bad. Because you want to stay on his
Bad.
booty.
Yeah, Nexus is entering now. That's a big bleed.
Big bleed.
It's big.
Oh, nice. Finish.
And that will do it.
Oh,
There it is.
hey,
kings go
GGs.
down.
Back to Rando. Let's
Nexus
go.
and the
back
5
to
and 0
Rando.
goes
1,
down,
2, 2,
and
2,
Helios
2.
with the 4 and 0 went down.
Yeah.
Pretty
I guess I
wild
can
days
make
of
play on
bingo,
that,
honestly.
dog. Woo.
Yeah, no more undefeateds are left in though the only undefeated in the entirety of Elden Squares is Snowy. So I suppose you could talk your shit now, Snowy. Yeah, no more undefeateds in the Golden Order. Nexus
yeah.
goes down. And that's a huge win for Nartock, right? You know, staying at 2, moving up to 3 and 2, right? Going to 2 and 3 would not be great. It's only an 8-game regular season. And, you know, he knocks Nexus back down to earth with everyone else. So that's a huge win for Nartock. We will bring them in just a second. Really quickly, though, first thing I want to say is, guys, please go follow Ginger. He's a wonderful creator and bingo player. You know, he
Rando.
has been instrumental to this weekend, right? You know, the massive win yesterday, helping me on commentary with both these games. I don't pay him, so if you guys could follow him, I'd really appreciate it. And one other thing is, if you're not, I hate to do this stuff, but if you're not subbed to me on YouTube, if you could, I'd really appreciate it. The only thing I'm missing to get monetized is subscribers. So if you just sub, and even if you don't watch a single video, you're really helping me out on YouTube. So I'd really appreciate that. And we will go ahead and bring the players in for a post-match interview.
You're forgetting Rando, you silly.
Oh, yes. And Rando Ring, if you want to talk about Rando Ring for a second, Ginger.
So, I'm actually the host of Rando Ring. It's a randomizer racing league, similar to Bingo, just with randomizer racing. And after the Bingo season ends, I will be hosting a randomizer race for DLC racing. So if you guys want to get into that, please consider joining the Zero Scratch Discord. We've got lots of resources on both Bingo and randomizer in there. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. It's going to be a DLC rando race, lots of strong competition in there as well. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about rando racing. So
Perfect. Let's bring them in. Welcome in, gentlemen. Welcome in. GG's.
GG's
That was super cool. That was so fun.
What happened? 3
You
sets.
sniped me by seconds multiple times. I only lost tree bosses because of a fucking imp in the stupid duelist catacomb.
also,
I mean, there were
I would have won.
Nartock,
Friendly NPCs, you sniped me by like a couple seconds. That was
Nartock,
cool.
I'm curious. If Nexus didn't mark physic tiers, would you have grabbed the deck disgrace?
No.
Okay.
No. It was Bed and Grace all the way.
Yeah, duelist
Yeah.
killed you, but I also think not grabbing Tempo Quarter was a mistake on this board. I know you hate graces, and I know you like to skip graces.
Yeah, I think that was fine. I think the duelist was the worst one though, because I got clipped by less than a centimeter. And then it stun locked me and fucked me up. Yeah.
I mean, there were just a few graces that you skipped.
So fucked.
Because if you don't skip first step, you probably win friendly NPCs.
Yep.
I wanted to be able to sell my armor to Kale. That's the only reason I did that.
I did that at the start.
Yeah, you should have done that at the
was allowed
start.
on Tenements, right?
If
that was
you had
allowed
done
on
it at the
Tenements.
start.
You said no item pickouts, but I sold
Oh
a
my
pickup.
god. Okay.
I was so sad. I don't know if
I
the
know,
podcast caught it. I looked at the summer.
That's
before, I was
fine.
like, okay, I'll skip you.
That's fine. I figured that was whatever.
I'm sorry if
It's
I
okay.
didn't completely.
It's
honor
okay.
the
No, I mean, we
gentleman's
didn't clarify that, but I thought that was a part of the gentleman's was no selling either.
Sorry,
That's fine.
sorry.
It's okay. It's fine.
For not picking up. I caught myself not picking up the summer 4. I was like, I want this.
Yeah, it's all right.
All right.
Well,
Yeah, that was
gentlemen.
pretty
I mean,
disgusting, man.
I should have got it. That was so fucking stupid. The fucking
I wasn't
man.
sure. I guess I made the wrong decision. I wasn't sure if I challenge Scar Seals or Tree Bosses. I think I get Scar Seals if I never go for Tree Bosses.
I had one
Yeah.
Scar Seal and I was in Shifra.
Whew.
So, I mean, maybe. Dude, what tree bosses did you do? I'm assuming the same ones that I did, but...
yes,
avatars,
it was the
and
exact
then
same.
3 cents.
Yep.
Really?
And
How did
at
you
my-
beat me
at-
to it? I had all of
Because
them
he didn't
set
go for
up.
catacombs at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Like
Nexus
honestly, I mean Nexus. It was because of it was a few.
Yeah.
It was A, like you had to go for catacombs. B, you died, right?
Yeah,
and
that
then
sucked.
Temple Quarter.
Okay, guys.
I think
one-
Temple Quarter was big personally.
Temple Quarter's not that big. If you
I think it's
take a
less
really-
big than... It's definitely
take
less
a-
big.
If you take a really optimal path to the key, you make up the time of skipping Temple Quarter, like the time you lose on not having Temple Quarter on that time. Like the run from South Raya is not that bad.
Oh, you also sent me on Eleanor, which was cool, by the way.
Okay, yeah, I
was
don't know.
in the
I
fight,
just
he was like,
sent
"I'm
it.
dead."
I know. I should have double prepped. I sent it. To be honest,
I don't
you-
mind you. I don't mind you sending it in that spot. Like I think I would
I
have
had
sent
no
it
Altus.
because
Yeah,
he
it's
had he
fine.
hadn't shown Altus at all, right?
I
Yeah.
don't understand how you did Dragonheart bosses so fast.
Well, he had a Gil dead,
Insane.
and
I
then
know
he
he did.
did. He did Bridge
And
Grail
Smaragd
and
and
then
Bridge Grail.
Smaragd.
Yeah, that's insane that you did Bridge Grail.
Also,
dude.
another big difference was Bloodhound Fang. Nartock
I
used
fucking
Bloodhound
hate
Fang.
that weapon.
You chose
I
the other
fucking
one?
I can't
Aw.
use Bloodhound Fang. I hate that weapon.
Yeah.
Every
Okay.
fiber of my being, I use Golden Halberd.
I'm the same
Okay.
Nexus. I'm not a fan of Bloodhound Fang.
This is just not my
I was
seed.
not
Bloodhound
perfect with the
Fang
weapon.
and no good squares for me on this board. This fucking sucked.
One public recommendation to every Binger player out there: don't try the clean that do with +0. I keep trying it. Don't do it. It's not worth. Fuck that boss.
No,
They can suck a fat one.
Mm-hmm.
Legit.
GG's, man.
GG's, gentlemen.
Well,
GG's.
I needed this. You didn't. Okay.
Yeah.
I needed this too, man.
Nah.
I need to
I
beat
need
you. I
that.
can't fucking
You
beat
will
you.
now.
Nartock,
You won't.
Nartock.
Well,
I
I
just want to
can't
say,
beat you.
me and you both
Yes.
took down the undefeated kings.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir, dude.
Motherfucker,
Yes,
Ginger,
sir.
I was the
let's go.
fucking underdog here. I can't beat Nartock, man.
Well, it would have been.
I can't win.
This would have been a huge game if Nexus was to pull it out. Because, like, I mean, if Nartock's either out of the playoffs or he's the 4 seed, meaning he would likely have to play Helios in the quarters.
This is good.
So
This is
yeah.
really good. Whew. Big. As all the people say, big. did the cast enjoy the gentlemen's? Was pretty good, right? Who was how far?
It was a fun
Nexus?
gentleman's. I liked it.
Yeah. Nexus
much
was
faster
about
was
10,
Nexus?
10, 15 seconds faster.
Oh, only okay. Yeah, because
Also, I will let you guys know the
Nexus.
Gamba was 50-50 or 51-49.
Oh,
Mm.
nice.
So very even.
All right. Nice.
But yeah, that will do it. Again, Ginger, thank you so much for joining me for these 2 matches today. I will be joined
for having
by
me.
Tanner. We'll see how live he is. He had surgery yesterday, but he wants to call Ratty Smack. So I will be joined
That'll
by
be
Tanner
fun.
here in just a minute, and we will see you all soon. Thank you so
Thanks
much for
for having me,
watching,
Hoos.
and we'll be back in just a second for
Please become Elden Lord.